guys, let's go fishing.
All right.
Hey, Brent, there's already one down here.
Come on, Brent. Should we try to catch a fish?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see what's down here today.
Hi, I'm Bob Jensen. This is Fishing the Midwest. Thanks for stopping by. Lake Winnie in north central Minnesota is one of my favorite fishing lakes of all time. It's got great populations of walleyes and northern pike and perch and that sort of thing. It's great in the summer, spring, winter, fall. It's just a good fishing lake. Today, Joe Thompson and Craig Brown and I are going after walleyes. It's early June. Let's get out there and see if we can catch some. Officially, it's known as Lake Winnie, but to most folks who know fishing, it's just Winnie. And when you say Winnie to most Midwest anglers, they think of some of the best fishing you'll find anywhere. Winnie is on Highway 2 about halfway between Grand Rapids and Bemidji, Minnesota. Some who know the area say this is fishing paradise, and I wouldn't disagree. Winnie and the smaller lakes around Winnie can provide some of the best fishing you'll find anywhere. Winnie was formed by a dam on the Mississippi River and now covers almost 70,000 acres. It's in the Chippewa National Forest and has about 140 miles of shoreline, and 95% of that shoreline is undeveloped. There are some resorts in the lake, but there are a lot more pine trees and birch trees than there are cabins. You don't have to go far to get the feeling of wilderness. Today, Joe Thompson and Craig Brown are showing me around. I was with Craig and Winnie a couple years ago, and he took a walleye that was in the 10-pound range. Winnie has some big ones. Joe Thompson has lived and fished on Winnie for a good number of years. He and Craig really know the lake and are eager to share their tips for catching Winnie walleyes. Their advice paid off for me right away. There's one.
Fish on!
Hey, there you go. Oh, not a perch. Unless it's a really big perch. Oh, what is that?
Is that what you're looking for?
Walter. Yeah, he whacked it pretty good.
Look like.
Yeah, they got to hit it pretty good for me to catch him. Do you want to eat some?
I don't.
No? Is that the size you would eat?
No, absolutely.
Is it?
Perfect.
Don't get any better than that.
Turn colors on
12
me too.
feet.
There you go, right there, Joe. Boy, another one.
So now these are the size of fish we would go ahead and put in the frying pan, is that right?
Yeah, these are fine. You can actually keep anything under 17 inches, but we kind of draw a line at 13.
Yep.
You know, let the little 12 inches.
Yeah, like that was perfect, doesn't it?
Yeah, this would taste good.
Perch. Boy, he ate the whole thing too. I mean, really ate it. Now, do you find the perch and walleyes running right together?
Most of the time they do, Bob, especially in the shallow water. Well, if you're out on the bars running a little deeper, a lot of times they won't, but when we're fishing shallow like this, and the northerns run right in the shallows also.
Joe, I noticed you're working your jig pretty aggressively. Do you do that all year, or when do you do that? You're working it pretty good there.
I like to work it more aggressive because then I know I'm getting the jig to go up off the bottom, and then when it falls, it tends to trigger the strike. And generally we do that in the times of year where they're most active. When the water's warming up like it is now, the water temperature is up over 60 degrees, and then in the fall again.
There we go. That's the walleye. He hammered that one.
What is it, Craig?
I think we got a walleye here.
Is it a walleye?
Yeah. Yeah, he didn't monkey around.
That's a better one. Look at there.
Another one under the slot.
Is it under?
Yep. Nice healthy fish.
Oh boy, yeah.
Boy, he did eat it all too. There we go. Well, we could keep that one again if we wanted.
That would be a
Lots
frying
of
pan
these
fish,
out
huh?
there. Yep.
No kidding. Oh boy, the skies are blue, the temperatures are warm, and the walleyes are biting. When we come back, we'll catch some more. Stay tuned. For more fishing success, check out these outstanding products. WalleyeCentral.com. More walleye information than you can handle. Growth Energy, America's ethanol supporters. Nanofill, the next generation in fishing line. For eater-sized walleyes and for big ones, Winnie is tough to beat. Let's catch some more. You want a net? Yeah, there he is. See him? Yeah, oh, look at that guy. This is pretty clear water too, isn't it? This is
Another one of those, probably 16 incher.
Now, you mentioned shiners. Is Winnie a shiner lake? You know, you've got a lot of fatheads, shiners, that sort of thing. Do they show a shiner preference?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's a bait of choice.
Do they? All year?
Well, you can't get them, and once they spawn, they move out in the lake. You can't get them anymore.
So when they're up close to shore, when the shiners are up close to shore spawning, the walleyes are right there.
You know, along with the spot tails, which is what we're using here, the last few years we've noticed a bunch of emerald shiners, which is a new forage for the walleyes, and those work well also.
When you see a loon around your boat, it's always a good sign,
So this is a good
because
spot.
you know you're on the bait fish. And where the bait fish are, that's where the fish are.
There the fish is, and the loon is right behind us.
What are you talking about, a 23 inch?
Yeah. Now, we're using shiners that are what, 4 inches long or something like that?
Yep, they're right out of this lake.
They are. Do you let them go at all? I mean, when the fish hits?
I don't.
You don't need to, do you?
I just hit them, because by the time you feel it, they've already got it in there.
Yeah.
Another nice one.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they're just
Oh,
perfect eating size.
perfect eaters. You know what, Joe? Let's take some of those home with us tonight, should we?
It's up to you. You want to eat them?
Let's put them in the live well.
We got tons of them.
One of the appeals of Winnie is that there are so many different patterns. Early in the year, you can catch lots of walleyes close to the shore in 6 to 10 feet of water. Later on, you'll be able to catch them on deeper water structures, but there will still be good numbers of fish close to shore. Today, we started on the shallow stuff and caught a few, then moved to some deeper areas. We caught fish wherever we went. And just like there are lots of different places to fish, there are lots of different ways to catch them. Rigs, jigs, spinners, and crankbaits, they'll all catch Winnie's walleyes. Today we're using jigs tipped with shiners. You just can't beat an 1/8 ounce fireball jig on Winnie. I tried several colors and they all produced. Joe is using the electric motor to position us. He's able to sit behind the console and control the electric with that iPilot. There's a new iPilot this year. The handheld control is easier to read and has improved visibility, durability, and feel, and the new iPilot can save 6 spots and 6 tracks. Check out the new iPilot. You guys are on these, aren't you? You've done this before.
You got it going. Put him in the tank too.
And you're taking just numbers of these, is that right?
Oh, yeah, lots of them. That's the beauty of the slot. See the
Perfect
see
eater,
why
isn't
it
it?
works?
This is a 14.5 inch walleye.
Yeah, perfect eater.
Yep, absolutely the best eating fish in the lake.
Like I said earlier, we're using shiners in our jigs. In some lakes, the walleyes show a definite preference to shiners. Shiners can be a little tough to keep alive at some times of the year. That Fraybill 1404 minnow life does an outstanding job of keeping your live bait lively. Ooh, jeepers. They're all about 13 feet, it looks like. Look at that guy. Ooh, look at that guy out there.
That's one that's over. Good one.
Very nice.
Very nice. I like how I did that. Look at that. Oh. And they're so healthy too. These guys have been eating shiners. That is just fun, isn't it? Isn't that just fun? With that jig rod, you know, you're holding the rod in your hand, you feel that thunk and just boom. This time of year, jigs are tough to beat for walleyes. When we come back, we'll catch some more walleyes on jigs. Stay tuned. These folks make the products that will help you catch more fish. Ranger Boats, still building legends one at a time. Gulp Alive, looks, feels, tastes alive. Northland Fishing Tackle, the fisherman's favorite. Welcome back to Fishing the Midwest. Boy, Joe and Craig really know the secrets to winning walleyes. Let's get back out and learn some more of their secrets. Whoa.
Ooh, he's pulling a little drag.
They just keep biting, don't they? I mean, you do not go very far until you get bit. The key is
See,
staying
I
on the
can't
fish,
bring
isn't it?
him
Just
to
like
you
anywhere,
there.
the key is staying on the fish.
Okay, hey, got you too.
All right, I got the horn in on your fish.
Look how healthy they are.
Pretty.
Joe, you told me you've lived on Lake Winnebagosh 36 years. How has the fishing changed in those 36 years?
Obviously, Bob, the biggest change in the last few years has been the technology. When I first started,
Need some help with that?
that is a nice one.
Is it?
This one's got some shoulders.
When you first started what? You got the net up there? Okay. Here he is.
Oh, it's a northern.
Is it? No, I think it's a walleye. Yeah, you see him down there?
It's a northern.
Yeah.
It's a walleye.
It's a walleye.
What?
Yeah.
He's rolling around.
He just thinks he's big. He is.
Holy cow.
That's one we probably
That's
can't
one in
keep.
the slot.
Yep.
This fish is 17 and a half inches.
Yep.
Last year he was in the slot, or under the slot, you could have kept him. This year, he's got to go back.
And look where he's got that jig. I mean, that's a hungry fish, isn't it? He had it way in there.
So this fish will reproduce for between 17 and 26 inches. This fish will reproduce for 6 years.
Will he really?
And then the males, once they reach the slot size, never get big enough to go out of the slot. So the males reproduce for the rest of their life. Where the females, they grow about 2 inches a year. So if this is a female fish, it'll be out of the slot in 6 years.
You were talking about technology and how the lake has changed in the 36 years you've been up here.
The GPS has made everyone able to find the structures on the mid-lake, and they're able to fish them much more efficient. And that's been the biggest change.
And what impact has the slot limit made on Winnie?
They had a meeting on the slot, reviewing the slot last fall, and it was unanimous for the slot because they see how much that's changed our walleye fishing. Our walleye fishing now is good from opening day until ice up.
Another eater. They're starting to like that parrot-colored fireball. Yeah, when they go in a bite, they just go in a bite. How wind-oriented can these fish get?
The wind determines where you fish every day. So if you fish in one spot today, like right here, if the wind changes to the west or the east, we're going to be somewhere else.
But right now, this is the place to be.
Hey, I got one of them big perch.
Oh, look at there. Whoa,
Nice.
look at that guy.
There we go.
Ooh. Lots of them.
Lots and lots of them.
And they go in the frying pan pretty good too, don't they?
They're as good as anything. Pretty nice sized fish.
Today I'm trying the new Nano Fill line for the first time. It did a great job. I could tell when my jig went from a sand to gravel bottom. Fish bites were very noticeable, and it spills off the reel spool so nicely. I'm using 8-pound test. That's about perfect for these jigs. My rod is a 6-foot, 6-inch medium action Abu Garcia Vendetta. That's a new rod. Very sensitive, lots of quality, good price. The reel is a Revo Premier. It does a very nice job. It's time for a quick break from the fishing. If you're going to be in the ice this year, you'll want to stay warm. Here's something new from Cabela's that will keep you comfortable on the ice. Eric, you know, I have been a user of Cabela's Guideware forever. It's wonderful stuff. This is something new. What's this?
Brand new for Cabela's Guideware. This is the Cabela's Guideware Ice Angler.
And what's that about?
It basically is an awesome jacket for those worst days out on the ice. It has many pockets, and they're big pockets for all your gear.
Big pockets are good.
Real good, real good. It also has pockets right on the side here, lined with fleece as hand warmer pockets. Sure. As well as the cuffs of this jacket are fleece lined as well. Try to keep as warm as possible. The other key feature is that it has 3M reflective piping for safety when fishing at night, as well as on the back here, reflective stripe across the back.
And what about this shell?
The shell is 100% nylon, The liner itself is actually 200-gram thin slit.
And parka length.
Parka length, roughly, it's going to be about down to here rather than your typical jacket size where walking around could cause problems. This is Cabela's Guidewire Ice Angler, only available at Cabela's. Stop in and pick one up.
Good stuff. And this walleye action is good stuff too. Let's catch another one.
I got a walleye.
I do too. How come I can't get that? I mean, everybody's got one but me.
I think I can just do the old heave-ho with
Me
this
too.
one.
Look at there.
That's fun.
Nothing like a double.
All right. Good job, Joe.
Way to go, Craig.
All right.
For walleye action, Winnie is tough to beat. We'll be right back. The Fishing the Midwest fishing team uses and appreciates the efforts of these people. Abu Garcia for life. Cabela's, the world's foremost outfitter of hunting, fishing, and outdoor gear. Freybill, trusted gear since 1938. Welcome back to Fishing the Midwest. It's early June and the walleyes are biting. Let's catch some more.
Oh, I suppose you need the net, huh, Joe?
Do you?
Can you give
A
it
nice
a
one.
Winnie whip?
I could.
Yeah, you could.
Another eater walleye. Boy, eat good tonight.
You ever get tired of catching those?
No.
No. Never. Never ever.
Never, never, ever.
Yeah.
Now, if a plate of fish is what you're after, you can't beat Winnie. We're catching lots of eater walleyes, but Winnie also has tremendous numbers of big perch, and there's not much better in the frying pan than some perch.
There we
Ooh,
go.
look at that one. You're getting a lot of those.
Winnie Jumbo. Another 10-incher. Maybe even a little better.
I'll bet you get those through the ice too, don't you?
Oh yeah, we catch them all year round.
Guys, tell me about the different resort opportunities. You know, what you can expect from a resort on Winnie.
Over the last 30-some years, the resorts have really changed on Lake Winnie. They've gone from small fish camps to modern, ultra-modern cabins, diverse facilities. They have pools, they have
Beaches. Some have beaches, pools, restaurants right there, charter boats. You name it. There's all different things to do, and then you get this on. I'm gonna have to net for this one.
They don't stop, do they?
No.
They don't stop.
This is why they need to come to the resorts. I mean, and it's not just resorts. I mean, there's other businesses that repair shops in case you have troubles. Restaurants, motels, there's just a lot of things to come up and chase these things. Oh, baby, easy, baby.
Joe, Winnebagosh is, I mean, it's a world-class walleye fishery, and northern pike and perch are outstanding, but there are some other fishing opportunities in the area as well, I've heard.
There is. There's smaller lakes. Some people don't want to be on a lake this size for one reason or another. We have smaller lakes. Cutfoot Sioux is attached to this lake. They have a multi-species fishery, panfish, bass, as well as walleyes and northerns. Also, Little Winnie and Dixon Lake as well all offer multi-species fishery, and they're within a short drive of Lake Winnie. Nice perch, Craig.
Yeah. Just keep chucking those in the tank and we'll have
You got
be
that
just as
right.
good as a walleye fry.
Ooh. Oh,
I think we're gonna let them all
my
go.
stomach's rumbling just thinking about it.
So Craig, tell me, if you want to catch walleyes and Winnie, opening day through the season, how do you do it?
Bob, the season always starts off shallow water bite, jigs and minnows. And when any shiners get done spawning, of course they're going to start dispersing around the lake. And then you can try your mid-lake humps and sandbars. They'll run from 15 feet on top down to 35, but you still have fish on the shoreline, so don't give up on the weed lines.
Craig, you know, I look around and the shorelines are almost all undeveloped. Is that all the way around the lake?
Yes, it is, Bob. The beauty of Lake Winnebagosh is it is undeveloped. We're in the Chippewa National Forest, so what is here is here. It's federal land. It'll never be sold again, never be developed. So what you have is the resorts and just a handful of some summer homes on some leased ground. But you can start it at the river mouth and do a complete 180 around the lake, and there's 0 cabins. The other half, there's just a handful of cabins, and then your resorts. So you're not going to be fishing off this guy's garage and lining up at the gas station. There's none of that. You've got the great outdoors. That's what you got.
Boy, oh boy, what an afternoon that was. We caught perch and walleyes, eaters and big ones, and that's the kind of fishing action you can expect on Winnie any time of the year. The open water action can be outstanding, but the ice fishing can be equally outstanding. I've had many, many good days on the ice at Winnie pulling in perch. If you like to catch lots of fish, you've got to give Winnie a try. Check them out at lakewinnie.net, then grab the net. If you go fishing in Lake Winnebagosh, you're going to be using the net a lot. I almost guarantee it.
Boy, you know, Winnie is such a good lake. Spring, summer, fall, and winter. Check it out. Hey, for all of us at Fishing the Midwest, thanks for stopping by. Be nice to one another. We'll see you again next time.